Hello again, it's Noob, and I was searching on AliExpress the other day, as I often do, not a sponsor, and I found these two lever lock picks, and these are designed for picking both 5-lever and 3-lever door locks that are non-curtained. I'll come on to what that means in a second, but these are 2-in-1 picks where you have two tips. One can be for tensioning, one can be for lifting your levers. Depending on which way your lock is orientated, they are either going to be the picking tip or the tensioning tip, depending on which way round the door lock has been installed or which side of the door you're actually on. And these are two different thicknesses. Basically, the rule of thumb is you'd want to use the thickest, strongest tool for the keyway you're able to get it into. And the blue one is a thicker one. It's about 5.38 millimeters in thickness, which is 5 gauge or 5 SWG. And then you've got the red handled pick, which is the 4.5 millimeter in diameter pick, and this is 7 gauge or 7 SWG. So the blue one won't be able to get into locks which only the red one can get into, but where you can, you'd want to use the blue one because it's going to have less play and it's going to be stronger. So yeah, these are clearly made in China. The tips seem to be made of steel. I don't know what steel, but it's definitely strong enough. I've done some testing and it definitely works. They aren't too bad. They're not like perfectly aligned, but they're more than good enough to pick locks with. The handles are aluminium, and the grooves on here do align pretty well to the lever spacing in the locks that I have. Anodizing isn't brilliant. There's definitely some chipping here happening. I don't know much about anodizing, but I assume that you can do it better or worse. There's a few bits missing here. It's not the end of the world. These are surprisingly cheap for what you get. The markings are clear, the knurling's nice, not too much play, and they slide back and forth very nicely. I don't really have any complaints. I'm just looking at the sort of the welds on here, and from what I can tell, again, I can't really test for durability, but they appear nice and clean. So yeah, not too bad. Each one of these picks comes with a set of 2 handles each. The handles are designed to help you to turn the pick tip and the tension tip. You have a long one for when you want to apply more torque and the short one for less torque. I think I'll talk about it later, but I would never use the long one. You could actually double these up as well if you wanted to and put handles on both sides. Maybe that is more comfortable for you. That means you can sort of do this movement. I would suggest though keeping the handles off or only applying the smallest handles so that you don't over torque these tools. No matter how well the tips are welded or how strong the steel is, if you crank the torque, you're going to snap something. Okay, it doesn't matter who makes the tool, it's going to be bad for the picks. If you can, use the handles without these extensions, I guess, so that you don't, put too much torque on. And you want to really only ever use your fingers for the picking tip when you're lifting the levers. Super important, I would say. In terms of what locks they're designed for, these look the same to some people, but this is the lock type that these picks are designed for. This is a non-curtained lever lock. So let me show you what a curtain lever lock is. And you can see here that there is this shroud, not quite enclosed ring in the keyway, and this is called the curtain. And what this does is that this curtain actually interacts with the bolt at the back and draws it into the lever pack like this. And this is an anti-pick mechanism because it just makes it harder to put wires in. You need specific curtained lever lock picks for this. So this is a security mechanism. It's very common in a lot of the modern door locks now to have curtain lever locks. That being said, you can still buy these lever locks, sash locks, mortise lever locks, whatever you want to call them, which don't have a curtain. And if I open this up, you'll see, hopefully it won't all just fall apart. Oh, look, one of the levers. This is a lever here, just sprung out. So you can see this lever pack here. There's nothing stopping you from going in and interacting with the talon, which is here at the back, or depending which way around the lock is, at the front. And these non-curtained lever locks, You can see it's all wanting to spring out. I'll just take this off. These non-curtain lever locks don't have a curtain. You can just put in a 2-in-1 pick. The tip will go in. One would grab the bolt like this, and the other one would be lifting these levers up and down. So yeah, that's what these picks are designed for. They are becoming less common these days as new locks, but there are tons of older locks out there which are non-curtained and either take the thinner 7 gauge or the thicker 5 gauge picks. So now you know what type of lock these picks are for. Let's go pick one, and I'll pick it from both sides so you'll see how I can utilize the tips as both a lever pick or the tensioning tip. So yeah, let's do a few demos. So we're in the vise, and for the picking demo I've chosen this Yale Essentials 3-lever sash lock. Why? Because it's actually a modern 3-lever sash lock that's non-curtained, which you can buy today for relatively inexpensive amounts of money, about £9. And it's always good to show a lock which is actually currently available and you can buy. So you can see that you've got the 3 lever steps here, 1, 2, 3, and then this prong here becomes the bolt step. That's what we need to grab here. So this will grab the talon, and I'm using the blue 5 gauge pick. You can actually use the red one, but it has too much play and it's better suited to the locks which have obviously a hole in it which is too small for the bigger gauge pick. So you pop your pick in and you make sure, you can sort of feel when it grabs the bolt, but you can see it here. You can see that pulling the bolt in. So that's what I'm looking for. And I put on a reasonable amount of torque like this, and then I pop the pick tip in and get it all nice and centered, and then make sure it can move freely. And we're on lever 1, and we're just going to gently lift it up a bit and move on to the next lever. And if that's binding, move that up a bit, and the next lever. Then we go back to 1, and again we don't need to overdo things, just see where we are. That felt good for 2, then lift 3, which is here, back to 1, 2, feels good, and 3 I think is fine there, back to 1, and we've got it, just like that. And then you can just rotate the pick tips around and remove it, and you're open. Now if the lock is installed the other way around, or we're picking from the inside of the house because somebody's lost the key, if you're a locksmith, then you can actually pick the other way around. It's just that the tips become different, and that is that this tip now becomes the tensioning tip, which grabs hold of the bolt assembly via the talon, the front of the lock now, not the back, and this becomes the picking tip. So we can insert that in, just turn it to one side so we don't actually push it all the way through. Then we put this one in, and we're going to grab that talon, and I can feel I've got it. So we're going to just apply good amount of torque like this, and then we're going to go to the front, and we're going to just try to move between these levers again like this, and we're just going to walk these up, no rush, and back to the front. That feels fine. Then onto the second lever, not quite. Third one, that felt good. Back to the second, and the first, and we're open. There we go, done. So you can actually pick it from both sides, and you just need to reverse which tip is going to be tensioning, which one's going to be picking, and you might want to put this little handle on whichever end you're going to be tensioning with, because you might need to add that little bit more torque and get the feedback. So I hope you enjoyed those demos, seeing a lock pick from both sides, how to use the tool, and I think I'd like to just move on to some general conclusions. I normally talk about what I like, what I don't like, what I'd change, but in this instance it isn't really relevant. I would say in terms of quality, so let's look at the quality. The quality of the welds and the tips and everything seem to be pretty reasonable. Yes, these could be a bit closer together, like you like squared off, but it doesn't stop you from picking the locks. They appear fine. If you wanted to round these off or smooth them off, you could do, but I didn't find it necessary. everything about these seems to be actually pretty solidly made. Now, what I don't know is about durability. How long will these last? Will they last better or worse than a set of picks made, say, in the UK by a small company? I couldn't tell you. In terms of the anodizing, yeah, there's a bit flaking off here and there, but the knurling's good and the shaping's good and the amount of play is really good. Like, there isn't much play, but it still is nice and smooth going back and forth. If you can adjust it with obviously your hex key if you want to, although whatever you do, don't tighten down on this one too much because you may crimp the pipe and make it very hard to move this. But yeah, in terms of the general construction of these, the knurling's nice, the amount of tolerance and play is nice. Yeah, I mean, overall, pretty good. And how much would this cost you? £46, which is around 61 US dollars, and that's at today's pricing. It doesn't include any like local taxes, import duties, shipping costs. I got my shipping for free, and I think at that price, 2 picks for £46, that's what, £23 each, about $30-ish dollars. I mean, that is an absolute steal for this type of lockpick, and I have seen these same picks, as far as I can tell, being resold at quite a heavy markup. You may find that there are some safe locks which you could pick with these as well. You may need to modify the tips to shorten them a little bit for certain locks, but they appeared, like I said, to be quite well made. How durable they are, I couldn't tell you. I've had a good play with them. They've held up really well, but like I said, I couldn't tell you how well these will last. That being said, at £23 per pick, does it matter? You could, if you were curious, you could try them out for relatively little money. I mean, I know it's still quite a lot of money for 2, but for these type of things, relatively little money. And if they don't last, well, they don't last. But yeah, not bad. I'd love to know what you think to these. Have you seen these particular picks on sale? What price have you seen? Have you used them? Do you like them? Are they durable? Are you a professional locksmith? Have you tried them out? I'd love to know in the comments down below. I do read them all, reply to as many as I can. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to do so for more content like this. Smash that notification bell to be next updated when I upload another video. Otherwise, stay safe, happy picking, and I'll see you all next time.